Hello and welcome. Hello. Welcome to TARUC. We're going to start our stream very soon for the top 4 reasons to study engineering at TARUC. Brought to you by myself, David, and Johnny, and our speaker, Aya Liu. Johnny, why don't you say hi to the viewers?
Hello, everyone. My name is Johnny over here. I am a colleague of David over there on the other side. And we are conducting this live session to share with you about engineering at TARUC, where it is all about the small bits that makes up the big part.
We're seeing quite a few viewers starting to come in. Thanks so much for joining our stream. This stream is brought to you by TARUC, Teguh Abdul Rahman University College. Very soon, we're going to talk about the top 4 reasons to study engineering at TARUC. We are your hosts for today. My name is David, and that's Johnny next to me. We are lecturers at the Department of Mechanical Engineering with the Faculty of Engineering and Technology for TARUC.
Let's wave at our audience. Hello.
Hi. Our stream is going to start soon. Our stream will start in just under 8 minutes. You join us at 2:52 on the 3rd of June. A very good day. Nice and cloudy weather over here at TARUC. While you're waiting, why don't I tell you a little bit about what's going on at TARUC? Of course, we know with the current situation with CMCO, we have a bit of trouble trying to move around. But don't worry, because TARUC's Open Virtual Day is coming to you very soon. It's going to start tomorrow. Just log on to www.tarc.edu.my. Just log on to our TARUC website and you'll be able to join our virtual open day. You'll be able to speak to lecturers, speak to staff who actually work there, and we'll answer your questions. Any questions you have, like why should we study at TARUC, as we're going to see later on. Things like where's the best chicken rice to eat? I think it's at TBR. There's one stall at the bottom of the row of shops at TBR. That's my favorite chicken rice. Johnny, what's your favorite thing to eat at TARUC?
It is chicken rice as well, because it is quick, simple, and, well, feed the stomach very, very much.
Well, of course, other than chicken rice, we can get all sorts of food. There's, of course, you can get ice cream, there's waffles. No shortage of food at TARUC. We've got a huge canteen, Canteen 1 and Canteen 2. We've got 2 canteens at TARUC. Oh, we've got 100 viewers now. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us live at TARUC. We're getting some comments here.
Yeah, you know what, David?
I have
there is a... Yeah, sorry, David. I just want to introduce, there is a cafe that we run at Canteen 3, which is the new site for the business faculty. Yeah, there's a cafe there, and the coffee and the cake over there is top notch.
Wow. Okay, I think I'll have to go and visit that, but only after CMCO is lifted.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay, got some comments coming in here. We have Xijian Tio telling us that Canteen 2 is nicer. Well, I guess if you are a viewer and you're wondering whether to come and study at TARUC, you're going to have to come and find out for yourself. I guess we have quite a few TARUC alumni sitting in the comments here. I have a comment from Chi Xiang Tan saying, I assume talking about the chicken rice, that the chicken rice down there is more expensive. That is true, I think. But I'm a guy of routine, so if I like the chicken rice, I'm going for that chicken rice. I think like 50-cent difference. It's all right. If you've just tuned in, thank you for joining us. You are joining the TARUC live stream brought to you by the Faculty of Engineering and Technology. Today, we're going to talk about top 4 reasons to study engineering at TARUC. Top 4 reasons to study engineering at TARUC, brought to you by the Faculty of Engineering and Technology. We are your hosts, David and Johnny. Very soon, we're going to have our speaker, Aya Liu Chia Pao, to join us. And we're going to chat a little bit about what makes TARUC so special and so interesting, and why we can really offer a good enough, not good enough, an excellent and affordable education.
And it is
If you want to
definitely
find out more,
the best in the industry.
If you want to find out more about TARUC and what we're doing, we have our virtual open day going on. It's going to start tomorrow all the way until the 22nd of June. Just go to our website, www.tarc.edu.my. That's the website for TARUC. Log on to that page. You'll be able to see the link and you'll be able to join our virtual open day where we'll be sitting down with you and we'll answer all your questions from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Sunday, except for public holidays. Actual academic staff will be sitting down and we'll be talking to you, chatting to you, answering all your questions like what sports can I play at TARUC? How many societies are there? Can I join the chess club? And the answer is yes, of course you can. Got over 100 viewers. Thank you for joining in. Thank you so much for tuning in to our live stream today. Top 4 reasons to study engineering at TARUC. We're going to start very soon in 3 minutes. I've got people in the comments. All right, since you're here, let me ask you, give me a rating 1 to 5. How is your CMCO experience so far? Tell me, is it boring? What new skills have you learned? If you're looking to learn a new skill, why don't you come join us at TARUC? Just log on to our website, www.tarc.edu.my. That's really easy to remember, tarc.edu.my. Come learn a new skill. We offer all kinds of programs, and today you're going to learn about engineering. I see a comment from Lao JC, -5. Oh no, you've got a negative rating. I'm so sorry to hear that. Go Coming has given a -88.5. I don't think you can go much lower than that. I'm so sorry to hear that you have gone -A- in your experience for CMCO. If you just tuned in, you're joining the live stream for the top 4 reasons to study engineering at TARUC. Thank you so much for dropping by. We're going to spend some time chatting to Aya Liu Chia Pao, member of IEM, associate professor, principal lecturer. And he's going to tell us a little bit about why TARUC is so great and so well equipped to teach you engineering. We are your hosts, David and Johnny. We're going to start very soon. We're going to start in 1 minute. I think Aya Liu is ready to come on, but I think he's a bit shy. What I need you all to do is give us a like and a share, and then that will motivate him to come online. So wherever you are, whether you're a Tashan or alumni, or whether you're just dropping by, you're curious about TARUC and our engineering programs, please share this stream. Let people know what TARUC can offer. Give us more likes.
Well, I've been keep
reaction. Give us a heart.
replying the questions. Sorry. I've been keep busy replying the messages down there.
Right, Johnny is having a good time talking to our commenters, people who have joined the live stream. All right. Thank you everybody for tuning in. This is the FOET live stream brought to you by TARUC. Today we'd like to talk about the top 4 reasons to study engineering at TARUC. Very soon we're going to have our speaker for today, Aya Liu Chia Pao, and he's going to talk to us a little bit about studying engineering at TARUC. If you're curious to know more, you can join our virtual open day that's going on from tomorrow until the 22nd of June. If you have any questions about the live stream or want to find out more information, throw them to us in the comment section or log on to www.tarc.edu.my and you'll be able to find all the information that you need. Let me introduce to you today our speaker, Aya Liu Chia Pao. Aya Liu is a principal lecturer with the Faculty of Engineering and Technology for Tunku Abdul Rahman University College. He holds a PhD in engineering education and is currently Associate Director of the Engineering Accreditation Department for the Board of Engineers Malaysia. He has 10 years of experience in academia and managing engineering programs and over 11 years of industry experience. Aya Liu's specialty is in accreditation of engineering and engineering technology degree programs, which he has been doing since 2012. And he's delivered over 40 workshops and talks locally and internationally on accreditation, outcome-based education, and complex engineering problem solving. Previously, he worked as head of quality assurance. He worked as an R&D engineer, a project manager, and as a consultant with Frost & Sullivan in the industrial and electronics sector. I'd like to introduce to you today our speaker, Aya Liu. Aya Liu, are you there? Hello.
Yes. Okay, I'm in. All right. Thank you, David, for introducing me, and also Johnny. I actually heard your conversation in Facebook. Right. Thank you for having me today. Thank you very much. And to those
Welcome,
who from those who are tuning in today, a very good afternoon to all of you. Right.
All right. So, Aya Liu, since you're here, of course, the topic of today's live stream is top 4 reasons to study engineering at TARUC. So I was just wondering, Aya Liu, what's on your mind when you think of TARUC? And just how about we start with engineering? What is engineering in the first place? Can you give us a little overview of what engineering is and engineering at TARUC?
Right. You see, engineering. The things about engineering is actually very exciting. When you love to feel the satisfaction, having your own design being built. If you as long as you love innovating things, new ideas, new things, problem solving problem, overcoming challenges. I think engineering is pretty exciting for the youngster that they are watching today. Yeah, right.
Right, that sounds fantastic. Right, Ali, why don't we dive right into the first reason why we should study engineering at TARUC?
Okay, so I'm gonna have the screen, right? Okay, I'm gonna share my screen. Right.
Well, Aya Liu's screen is coming up. We're going to say goodbye to Johnny. He's going to leave us for a little while and join us later. So if you're sad to see Johnny go, don't worry, viewers. You're going to see him again really soon. Okay, bye, Johnny.
All right,
hey,
bye,
Johnny.
Thank you, David.
See you later. All right.
All right.
Okay. David, I start now, yeah?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, Aya Liu.
Okay. All right. Today I'm gonna address the two top question. Top question normally asked by the student and parents. Yeah. the top question. The first question is what are the career prospects of engineering, and the second is that why should you actually study engineering at TARUC? So what I'm going to do today is that to address the first question, the career prospect of engineering, what I would do is to introduce the history of engineering application, knowledge and discipline, how they have actually evolved through the last 4 millennia, followed by the Malaysian GDP dependency on engineering profession. So on the screen show that the earlier engineering creation are actually the pyramid in Egypt, and also all the building in Greece and Rome. But in the 15th century, I think many engineers practiced military engineering. They designed fortification machine for the political master for different attacks. This machine include the catapult and the crossbow, designed by the great Leonardo da Vinci, for example. So over time, the skill of the military engineering will apply to the design, planning, construction of canals, road, and building, which give birth to the civil engineering discipline in the 18th century. So the next big thing actually happened during the Industrial Revolution. It's not actually during, it's because the steam-driven machine give rise to the Industrial Revolution, which lead to the emergence of another new discipline called mechanical engineering. So about 70 years later, you have Faraday discovery of electromagnetism. You have Henry Predicle motor, telegraph, and of Morse. Create another entire new discipline is the electrical engineering. So later in the 19th century, we saw we have electricity, we have lighting, we have telephone available. Okay, one interesting development is that in the 1850, while the scientific-based extent, physics and chemistry had become a very developed science with substantial body of language. Now we are able to use mathematics to describe this natural law. So what actually happened is that before 1850, engineering is pretty much try and error. It's a practical-based engineering. With this physics and chemistry being the developed sciences, now practical engineering has actually evolved, developed into science-based engineering. All right. Other development will be during the second industrial revolution, chemical engineering emerged as a new discipline. We also see electronic engineering came into its own sub-discipline of electrical with the invention of transistor and integrated circuit in the 1947. Yeah? In the 1980s, we see a hybrid field of mechatronics where there's a demand or need to control this mechanical, electrical component by software. Okay, for the last millennia, from the last few slides, we see that new engineering discipline and application continue to emerge as the scientific base and the scope of engineering expand. Example of this scientific base is what we have seen today in the SPM physics. For example, Newton calculus-based mechanics, Faraday electromagnetism. These are the two very familiar in the book of physics. What does it mean by scope of engineering is that, mechanical now, you have sub-branches for agriculture, automotive, and aerospace as well. But all these actually rooted in mechanical engineering. Okay, so the thing now, I have given an overview about the development of engineering application and discipline for the last, say, 4 millennia in three minutes. So some parents will be wondering, are there any career prospect for the children in engineering in Malaysia? So here I actually prepare a slide on the Malaysian economy from the Department of Statistics. So there are actually 5 major sectors that actually contributing to Malaysian economy. You have services, manufacturing, agriculture, construction, and the mining and quarrying. So what happened is that if you look at manufacturing, okay, if you look at manufacturing, if you look at the products in being manufactured, like electrical, electronic, optical product, motor vehicle, and transport equipment, these have a strong relevancy to the electrical, to the mechatronics, to the mechanical engineering profession, right? If you look at the next one, agriculture, because now very much agriculture processes are very much mechanicalized. Mechanical is very relevant. This include chemical engineering profession. Construction, of course, rely on the civil engineering profession. And finally is the mining. When you need to do mining, the civil engineering, the mechanical, or even the chemical engineering profession will be relevant. So if you look at all these four sectors that have relationship to the Malaysian economy, so these four sectors actually contribute about 50% to the Malaysian economy. Now, the contribution of these sectors that I mentioned, manufacture, agriculture, construction, and mining, to the economy of Malaysia is very significant. Yeah. So therefore, it can be it actually indirectly indicate that there will be a continued demand for engineering profession. Okay. So to sum up, to conclude the question on the career prospect of engineering, number one, here there will be continued demand for engineering profession due to three reasons. Number one, the engineering is the product and development of old practice and knowledge over the last 4 millennia due to the advancement in science. The second reason is engineer will continue to design, construct, and operate the product and services to fulfill the societal needs. And most importantly is Malaysian economy actually dependent on engineering sectors. Okay, David?
All right, thank you very much, Liu, for that explanation. I can see that with your explanation, we can see that engineering has a really important place in our society, in our economy, in the development of our civilization as a whole. So if you're a viewer and you're thinking about studying engineering, I think you should really just go ahead with it, because engineering is really a cornerstone of the development of all the civilization that we see around us. All right,
That's
Liu.
right.
Now that we've learned a little bit about engineering and what it's all about, I was just wondering, why would we choose TARUC to study engineering at?
Okay. Now, okay, having answered the current prospect of engineering, and that is the exact answer, exact topic, or the exact thing I'm going to address, David. So this is the first reason. This is on the screen. Basically, actually show the key strength of as a whole, as an institution, TARUC as a whole. We have a very deep history dated back to 1969. So for the past 50 years, we have been producing industry relevant graduates, and we had actually become a trusted brand, right? What does it mean to the future graduate is that when it's a trusted brand in the job market, and basically they have actually more employment opportunity. Yeah. The second key strength is the scale, diversity, and alumni strength of more than 200,000. Here is that similar to the first one, when we have such a strength of 200,000, basically the employment opportunity of our student will be again boosted. Yeah? In this case here, the senior alumni normally have the culture of mentoring, or even provide them the job opportunity in their companies. And most important of all, these alumni can continue to provide the much needed donation to TARUC. The third key strength here is we have 28 students spread around 6 campuses in Malaysia to cater for students in different states. The rest of the key strength, I think we'll cover a bit later in the other slide. All right, David. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Liu, for telling us a little bit about TARUC. And I can tell you, that TARUC has got a proven track record. We've got a very wide professional network. We've got graduates all over the world, all over Malaysia. And I can tell you, as a graduate myself, that you are not just studying in a university. You're going to be part of something bigger. You're going to be part of an organization that stretches back decades and stretches across the world. And that's what TARUC can offer. If you've just joined us, you are joining our live stream on the top 4 reasons to study engineering at TARUC. Liu has just told us about the first reason. Now, Liu, now that we know a little bit more about what TARUC is and what it represents,
Okay.
could you tell us what kind of engineering programs can our students study here?
Okay. Right. Okay. So on the screen, actually show the program actually offer at the KL campus, and 2 of the program actually offer in our Penang campus. So I'll start with postgrad. We have this Master of Engineering Science, which is a research-based program catered for all engineering discipline. We have the degree program here from electrical, mechanical, and mechatronics, followed by the diploma. We have the electronics, mechanical, and mechatronics, and finally the foundation in engineering. So from all the 8 program here, we 2 programs, that is diploma in electronics and foundation in engineering, also offered in our Penang campus, right? Our intake is just around the corner, which is 15th of June, which is about 2 weeks from now. Right. Okay. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the progression to degree. I believe most of the the objective of student to study at TARUC is to get a degree. Yeah? So how do you get to a degree? Yeah? I'm assuming now you're having an SPM. Yeah? So basically, when you're SPM, you have 2 choices. This is quite unique at TARUC. The first choice is to the foundation, followed by the other choice to degree is the diploma. So I will talk about the foundation program first. Before you get to enroll into the foundation, you need 5 credits inclusive of mathematics, physics, and additional maths, right? So you enroll into the program of foundation. You study of 3 semesters within a year. Right? We also accept a student coming from other institution, be it a foundation in science or engineering. If you have a STPM, this is also the entry to the degree with a good passes in maths and physics. Yeah? And upon completion of the foundation, you can progress to degree. We have 3 degrees, as I mentioned: mechatronics, mechanical, and electrical. So another thing here I need to mention is that if you're coming from other institution, say a student from institution A, yeah, if you have complete 2 years of study in that university A, you can actually transfer the credit over to TARUC, yeah, due to some reason. Yeah? And upon completion of degree, we also provide the pathway towards postgrad. Yeah, you can pursue in TARUC or in the local institution or overseas. Yeah, and that's all about the foundation pathway. About the diploma pathway is that the entry is 3 credit inclusive of mathematics, physics, or chemistry. You will see that the difference in credit requirement for diploma and degree. So here for diploma is 3. So because diploma is a hands-on in nature, that's why the academic requirement is less stringent compared to foundation. We actually accept a diploma coming from other institutions as well. And upon completion of diploma, the student, the graduate of the diploma program can transfer 30% of the credit to degree. So what's the 30% means is that if you take 30% multiplied by the credit of the degree, this is about 1 year of study in degree. So what happens is that if you have graduated from diploma, you will, in other words, you enter into year 2 of the degree program. Okay, another key feature of our diploma program is that we offer an additional diploma. This is diploma in railway locomotive, which can be completed within the same duration of the diploma program. So what actually happened is a student will take a couple of courses and then undertake the 6-month industry training at Guangzhou Railway Polytechnic. Right, 6 months. So the additional fee is about 4,000 ringgit because Guangzhou Railway Polytechnic is quite generous to provide us with the scholarship. Therefore, with additional 4,000 ringgit, you can actually pursue, you can actually obtain another diploma that is in railway. All right. So basically, that's all about the diploma and foundation pathway to degree.
All right, thank you, Liu. We can see here that there's a very good progression. There's a very clear line of progression that if somebody wants to study engineering, they can follow that and they can take all of that at TARUC. Now, for our viewers, if you didn't manage to catch all of that or you have any further questions, you can always visit us at tarc.edu.my. That's the website for TARUC. Just go to www.tarc.edu.my and you can find out all the information, fees, the length of the course, duration, things like that. So don't worry if you didn't manage to catch all of the information here. Now, Aliu, we can see that there's a pathway here, but from SPM, we seem to jump between diploma and foundation. And I just wonder whether our viewers know what is the difference between the two of them.
Oh, okay. Okay, David, I think I missed the point here is that before I go into the differences between the two, the diploma program in railway is offered in additional to our diploma for a reason, because we see that there's the industry of the railway industry in Malaysia is actually booming. If you look at there are many projects being carried out. For example, the East Coast Railway link, which is a part of the China initiative or the One Belt One Road initiative. We also see the high-speed rail project from Kuala Lumpur to Singapore, and many project of MRT and LRT is actually being carried out. So not only that we need graduate in the railway during the construction, we also need the graduate to continue to maintain and to serve the railway industry. Okay, about your question on the difference between the diploma and foundation. Okay, so this slide here shows the analysis between the two different pathways. On the left is the diploma pathway, right is foundation. The first thing is that you notice is that the diploma has a lower entry requirement because it's actually hands-on in nature, while the foundation is pretty much it's actually higher due to the academic nature of foundation. So the hands-on aspect for diploma is that is quite heavy. Students spend about 30 to 40% in the lab. And there is also a 4 to 6 month industry training being put in place for the program. Wow. On the right, you see that the foundation, the hands-on aspect is pretty light. So you will expect the kind of lab work similar to those what you have done in SPM. It's a bit more experimental. And for the employment, if you have graduated from diploma, it's you're actually ready for employment. So as an inspector of works, or in other words, it's actually technician. So you can actually work if you choose to not want to study anymore. While the employment opportunity for foundation is quite limited because the program is actually designed for progression. As the duration to complete the degree for diploma, it actually take longer. From 5.5 to 6 years compared to foundation, which would only take about 5 years. The total fees to complete for both, they're actually very similar. It's 55,000. The foundation as well is 55,000. As for the cost of living, because the duration of the diploma is slightly longer, you will see the cost of living is slightly higher than the foundation pathway. Okay, you can see that here, the foundation is pretty much science-based kind of program. The diploma is a bit more hands-on, a lot of practical element being incorporated to cater for the specific degree program at the later stage. Okay, now I would like to talk about the features of our degree program. Basically, the features I actually limited to a few. All right, I will talk about the first one, is real-world projects, right? So, okay. In recent one, I talk about we have a deep history back in 1969, and also the strength of alumni of 200,000. This actually proved to be important for us because many of these senior alumni or the company that actually know us for a long time came to us and engaged us on this, and fund us on this project. So what actually happened is that some of our students actually took part in this project, and they are given the opportunity to work on a real world project. To us is that the real world industry project are those project that's solving industry problem. Yeah, basically it's complex problem solving. Yeah, this will not be possible. Complex problem solving will not be possible if we do not have well-equipped engineering laboratories. So basically, a well-equipped lab will actually facilitate the complex problem solving. All right, on the right is that the third key feature of our engineering degree program is that assured quality, graduate quality. Due to our 5 decades of experience of producing engineering graduates, not only that we have high employability rate, normally, during the on-campus career fair or interview, some of our final student will be offered employment even before their graduation. So other key features include accreditation, which I will talk about that later, and the national and international competition. This I would like to touch a bit on it. Okay, here we support national and international competition to the student by partially or fully sponsoring them or assigning mentor to them, because we believe that competition will allow them to apply very deep engineering knowledge, problem solving skill, cultivate teamwork skill, and also most importantly is to communicate with the public about their engineering solution. Right? Okay. Now,
Alright.
if you want if you want to look at the some picture of our engineering facility, you can scan this QR code, and that will bring you to our website, and you will see a lot of our equipment and also laboratories. Right, you can take a tour, a virtual tour on that. Okay, David.
All right, thank you very much, Liu, for telling us about the progression that you can take in TARUC. So for our viewers, if you are thinking about studying at TARUC, you can see that we really offer all kinds of programs, whether you want to do something hands-on or want to pursue your studies, do a postgraduate program, you can do it at TARUC. If you want to find out more, you can always visit us at www.tarc.edu.my, or you can join our virtual open day, which is going on from tomorrow. Just go to the website there. Just go to that website, www.tarc.edu.my. You'll be able to join our virtual open day. Now, just now I saw in one of your slides, Liu, that you talked about accreditation. Yeah, and I was wondering, all the qualifications that we offer to the students, what kind of recognition will our students get for those qualifications?
Okay. They basically get the best they can have. In accreditation, this slide here, I'm going to explain what is actually accreditation and what's the value of accreditation. A lot of parents actually and students ask us about if our program have accreditation, but actually some of them do not know the value of accreditation. Here, I would like to take the opportunity to explain what is actually accreditation about. So the accreditation is quality assurance of our engineering program that meet the minimum standard, which is on par with those program offered by other institutions in locally or internationally. So in Malaysia, accreditation is carried out by the Board of Engineers. So the Board of Engineers is part of the Washington Accord and the Dublin and also the Sydney Accord. So the thing is about the good thing about this accord is that when you are actually part of it, the student will enjoy the mobility. Yeah, actually, what is mobility here? Mobility means that once they have completed a degree in engineering, they can actually take the qualification to practice in other countries. So this country listed by Washington Accord, have actually grown from 7 and to over 20 country right now. So they will not have a problem looking for job in overseas. Yeah? And the other advantage of being part of the accord is that the equivalency. Yeah? Equivalency means that they can, for example, our diploma student, once they completed their diploma, they can take their diploma and go to another local institution or another institution in overseas to pursue the degree program, right? And the third value is that upon the completion of the degree program, they can work towards the professional engineering title status, and upon the successful attainment of the title, they will get the IR in front of their name. Of course, this need to be after graduation, they need to be supervised for at least three years by a professional engineer before they can become a professional engineer themselves. And for the technician is that once they have completed the program, they are actually known as intern inspector of works. So upon the completion of, say, mentoring in 2 years by a registered inspector of works or registered engineer, they can be officially an inspector of works. Okay, David, is that are you happy with the answer?
Oh, yes, I think not just me, but everybody watching, the viewers, the parents who may not have known about accreditation before and why it's so important. I'm sure now they have a better understanding of what accreditation is all about. And as we know
Okay.
here, for engineering, the most important thing is that your program is registered. Otherwise, you won't be able to work as a professional engineer, right? It's
That's
important to get a license. Otherwise, you might get people in danger. So it's really good to know that if you come here to TARUC to study engineering, you're going to get a qualification that is recognized not just by the Malaysian government, but also recognized worldwide. Now, Ailu,
Yes.
of course, we've talked about a few good reasons why we should study at TARUC. We've talked about the history and the rich network that TARUC offers. We've talked about the progression and the different programs that TARUC offers to its students. And we've talked, of course, about the qualifications. But how about the money aspect, Ailu?
Okay. All right. Thank you, David. All right. You see, I mentioned a lot of technical aspect earlier, but let's go to the real world. You see, I know a lot of parents or students, they're worried whether they have enough, they are actually enough in terms of financial to sustain the study of their children. So will I be able to continue to finance their children for the next say 5 years? So here I have actually prepared some points here. The first is that our foundation total tuition fee to complete the foundation is 10,000. For diploma is 19,000. Regardless, it's a 2.5 or 3 years program. Is still 19. Degree is 41. So that work out about is the total fees is about 10,000 per year. As for the cost of living, assuming the normal student actually spend about maybe about 1,200 in the Starbucks KL area, so that worked out to be approximately 15,000 per year. So in a year, parents need to prepare about 25,000, as an estimate. Okay, if at all this financial issue faced by the parents or student, so what we can offer here is the many financial aids from scholarship, study loan, in addition to PTPTN. Yeah? One of the I think one of the thing that we have done differently is that we actually give a COVID-19 installment plan. So as part of our corporate social responsibility, the next thing is that we are a non-profit institution, meaning that we cannot earn too much profit. So if at all, if we earn profit, the profit need to be reinvested to the development of facility, teaching and learning activity, and research work. And most important of all is that the TARUC actually provides the balance of quality education and financial commitments, especially during the current economic slowdown. Okay, all right, on the screen are two QR code that you can access the Malaysian student fees and also the financial aids. All right, if you're an international student, I think if you go to the same website, you can find the link to the international student fee as well. To sum up what I have actually talked about today is that the objective of our engine program is to produce graduates who are ready for future technological and societal changes, and able to acquire new knowledge and apply to new problems. So how do we actually do this? We make our curriculum that actually require the student to perform hands-on skill, to work in the team, as well as all the necessary connective skill to solve complex problem. All this, of course, will not be possible without a well-equipped laboratories and up-to-date library resources, right? And on the screen, actually listed what all the points that I have talked about, right? So that's basically the end of my presentation today. Thank you for listening. Back to you, David.
Okay, thank you, ILU. Thank you very much. I guess if we can summarize the talking points of what ILU has shared with us today, we can see, of course, there are 4 very good reasons why you would want to study engineering at TARUC. The first reason, of course, is that compelling combination of education and excellence. We have a wealth of options of hands-on and academic pathways. All the qualifications that you will receive, they are recognized both locally and internationally. And of course, we offer all these things at a very affordable and very reasonable price. Now, for our viewers, if you have any further questions that were not addressed by ILU here, you can always ask them in the comment section. We will move on to our Q&A session soon. Or you could log on to www.tarc.edu.my, join our virtual open day, which is happening from tomorrow until the 22nd of June, where there will be real academic staff on hand to answer all of your questions. Right, so that is the end of the presentation by ILU, and we are going to have a short Q&A session next. And for that, I'm going to invite our host, Johnny, to come up and bring a few questions that ILU can answer, hopefully, for the viewers today. Johnny, are you there?
All right. Yeah, I'm here already. Thanks, David. All right, thanks, Aurelio, for
Johnny.
all the suggestions just now. All right, hi. All right, as a summary for the presentation just now, there are like TARUC actually has a few major branch of engineering to be offered. So anyone who is interested, please subscribe to us and look at our comment there, and you will find all sorts of information. And also, engineering are increasing its importance in recent years, of course, and also involvement of engineers everywhere, especially current COVID-19 issue that has impacted the supply chain very, very much. And therefore, engineers are required to find out or to propose different solutions. And thereby, of course, the other thing is that engineering at TARUC, Tunku Abdul Rahman University College, is accredited throughout the world because we are under different accords, and this is undeniably, of course, happening right now. So there's no issue on that. And of course, at the end, if you're just worried about the cost of study itself, TARUC, of course, arrange or have a sort of arrangement in different financial aids, such as scholarship or loans, or even individual payment plan or whatsoever, if you require, definitely. So you can, of course, head up to the channel and then, of course, go back to TARUC website to have more information on this section, right? So, Ali, the comment section is flooded with a lot of questions just now. So I'll just pick a few of important ones for you to have a review with us, like what is happening around. Just a short one, maybe, for starter. How many, or you can say, you can give us as an example about the alumni or who has already graduated from TARUC.
Okay. I think it's a part of those you can Google. I think the major alumni that actually come back to us and make donation, I can sort of remember them very well. We have Tan Sri Barigo, who is an electronic graduate from our program. So he is actually the chairman and executive director of the BGMC Corporation. We also have Tan Sri So Tian Lai, who is the executive deputy chairman of the YKGI group. He is a material graduate from our faculty. We also have the Datuk Senator Donald Lim, who is the current executive director of Nextgram Holding Berhad. He was the former ex-deputy minister of tourism and also the deputy minister of finance. Right, he is an electronic graduate from our faculty, and wow, I can't remember so many. That I think there's another one I remember is Datuk Yap Kwak Fong. He's the managing director of Ebara Pumps Malaysia. He's a mechanical graduate. That's all I can remember. Otherwise, I need to search the Google. I need to Google and find out. Right.
Well, actually, there are a lot of different names here. And of course, engineering graduates from TARUC, or previously known as TAR College, has achieved quite a substantial result, like in his own life. Well, another thing is that apart from the names that you have just mentioned, they are mostly guys, right, male, and our audience will be quite interested in actually saying that female, is it suitable to fit in engineering roles, or what is your explanation in this? Yeah,
okay. Yes, is a double yes for that. The engineering is suitable for girls for many reasons. We noticed that our female students have a very special trait that tend to be very detailed. Yeah, this is what actually sometimes lacking in men. When they are so detailed and they can actually determine all the parameter, all the details actually needed in problem solving. So in that sense, they should pursue engineering. Yeah? And another interesting statistic is that according to the Board of Engineers, is that 26% of the graduate engineer who register with them are actually female. According to them, it's now engineering is not a gender-based engineering profession. It's no longer what has been misconceived as construction or oil and gas. There are many jobs being created in the design or even consultancy. They may not necessarily go to the site. they can also go to site. It's not a problem. Yeah. As I said earlier, as long as you love, you love about making new ideas, making new things, yeah, and you like to solve problem, overcoming challenges, engineering is the right path, no matter you are male or female. Right. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Ali, for your thoughts. So, regardless of gender, actually, whoever likes to create stuff, you can join engineering as a profession, right? So, another part of the question is that just now we mentioned about studying engineering will, of course, requires some of the funding. And then, apart from this thing, so after they graduate, actually, they will be looking at the prospect of the job itself. So what can we expect, or what can the audience expect once they graduated from engineering
You see,
in terms of salary?
I think it's actually varies. It can go as high as 3,005. It can be as low as 2,005. But I think the starting pay is actually quite good comparing to other discipline. Yeah. Is average to be around maybe about 4 to 5,000. Actually depends. Average around 4 to 5,000 for 5 years experience. When I say average, some may exceed this number. They may be earning about 8,000. Yeah, but at average they are about 4 to 5,000. And if you have 10 years, it will just go out. It will go up according to the competency, and it can maybe reach about 5 to 7 or 8,000. Yeah, I think some will get to 10,000. All right, it really depends, yeah, on how hard they work and how hard they what to achieve. Yeah. Yes, Johnny. Yeah.
I think the answer, I think the first questions regarding to our alumni has already answered that, because some of them, they are managing directors, they are directors or the managers of the company. So I think that profession itself will of course gather or secure certain positions for us in the future. All right, so up to the next question, because I got it from the audience. Some of them will compare like mechanical engineering could be replaced by robots, or that maybe there's a misconception in terms of engineering itself. And also recently there's an AI AI advancement, artificial intelligence advancement in the industry. So what do you think engineering relates to AI in general?
The thing is that AI is actually part of the fourth industrial revolution. The board of engineers have actually incorporate this as a mandatory element in the accreditation standard. The particularly for us is that we have actually incorporate this in electronics and the mechatronics program. So we have actually incorporated quite a bit. Yeah? For students who are not so fortunate, we actually run a free workshop to them, or partially funded kind of workshop to actually teach them on machine learning and data science, so that they can apply that into the capstone and the final project. Yeah. Another thing is that I don't see the robot. You see, robot is an expansion coming from electronics and or the mechanical. So in TARUC, we or the board of engineers actually encourage a student to take up the main branch of engineering, say mechanical, yeah, because they want the student to have a strong fundamental grasp of the engineering fundamental. So when in the future, when there's changes, it's always rooted back to their main discipline, like mechanical. So everything actually rooted back to the main discipline, like the electrical. If they know stuff about mechanical, all the fundamental, they are very strong in science. It's very easy for them to adapt when there's a new discipline being introduced. Yeah, like AI. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Liu. So it is a very comprehensive feedback in this explanation. Another thing is that when we are looking back into AI, so we can we can look into actually the fundamental discipline behind it. So it's like electrical and electronic engineering.
Yes.
And a lot of our graduates actually they finish up degree already. And then afterwards, they venture into industry and work over there for like 5-10 years and maybe more.
Okay.
I just wanted to top up from there is that will there be any, in terms of academic progression in that sense, for engineering itself?
You mean academic? Academic wise, you see, once say you have completed a degree in engineering, yes, there are actually plenty because Malaysia is the government is actually driving. We want more PhD student. We want more research student. So if they in TARUC, we do have the first what we call research program, Master in Engineering Science, which is open for all engineering discipline. The PhD in engineering is also in the pipeline. So we're actually getting ready for that because we want our student coming from Master and continue to PhD. This will be these two programs. The Master program is already open, and soon will be the PhD. Right.
All right. It seems that TARUC is offering a whole package. We are trying to improve ourselves to become a university level, of course. So throughout the Q&A sessions, we have actually answered a few, including like alumni, and then is engineering suitable for ladies? And of course, it is very, very much suitable for everyone. And also into engineering as a whole and its relevance towards different industries. And we can find that, in fact, engineering itself is very, very vast, and it can be slot or it can be put into different perspectives in order to achieve the final result. Yeah. So I guess the Q&A sessions comes to an end already because of time constraint. So if anyone who is having, if our audience is having further questions, of course, you can drop it into our comment sections over there, and we will look into it and we will reply it as ASAP, as soon as possible, to fulfill everyone's interest in engineering as a whole. Of course, engineering at TARUC is up to the standard, and we are running fully accredited programs. And of course, after graduation, we will have a very good prospect in our migrating in TARUC because of all of our alumni, our strong panels behind it. And of course, we would like to invite back David as our host to have a closure to this event already. All right, David, you may.
I'm sorry. Hello, everybody. I am back. Thank you very much, Johnny and Liu, for answering our viewers' questions and putting to rest some of our doubts and those questions that we might have about engineering and engineering at TARUC. If there's any other questions or other information that we were not able to cover in this stream, I will invite you to log on to our website on www.taruc.edu.my. And from there, you can join our virtual open day, which is going on from tomorrow, 4th of June, until the 22nd of June. And we'll have academic staff on hand to answer any of your inquiries. All right, and that should be the end of our stream. We have answered some questions. We've given you some good reasons to study at TARUC. We hope that you were able to gather something here. We hope that you will be able to be convinced that TARUC is the best place for you to study engineering. And with that, I have to say goodbye to all of you. And of course, a goodbye from us, the hosts, David and Johnny, and our speaker, Liu. Thank you for joining. We will see you at TARUC. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, everyone.